What is up, ladies and gentlemen?
What's up, HTOWN?
Welcome to the Shock the World podcast. I am your host, Harold Eason, bringing you the number one source for everything Houston Cougars. Here in the studio tonight with...
Party like it's 2004 Tim Hanna.
I'll go along with that. 2009 Jameson Widener.
Good for you guys. So if you guys haven't already caught it, we are now giving you our preview for none other than the Tulsa game coming up this Saturday. If you haven't already caught it, we went ahead and gave our recap in the last video of our week against the Little Ponies from SMU. And if you guys already don't like...
Just wanted one more shade throw.
Yeah, there's one more
little jab.
But
one more.
But I got to say... please remember, if you guys like the videos, please subscribe. Ask a friend to subscribe, and with that, we'll go ahead and jump on to the rest of the video. So, we're going to go ahead and preview the AAC P6 rankings. That's right, I said P6. Before we go ahead and jump into the Tulsa preview, so we sort of know where the conference is at before we sort of line everything else out.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
Tim,
yeah, I'll take it away.
You.
So the rankings had a little bit of a shakeup here and there.
Yes.
Like one or two here and there and one or two there.
We are back.
But you'll be happy to know that the good guys are in the top four. But in the number one spot...
Why'd you have to give it away?
Well, I just said top four.
You mean the number 12 spot? Aren't we starting at the bottom?
Oh, yeah, yeah. We'll start from
here?
the bottom. That's fine.
Start from the bottom. We're staying here.
UConn. Sad Huskies.
Sad Huskies.
Sad Huskies.
Real sad.
You were still
sad after this last week.
Randy Edsall, enjoy those paychecks because I don't know if you're going to have them for too much longer.
Yeah, put that stuff into a 401k or invest in Bitcoin. I don't know. Go buy some gold, dude. Hold on to the money as long as you can.
Next in the 11th spot, Sad Pirates, but not so sad.
Yes.
I can't wait till we get to play the peg legs.
But they have a really bad week this week. They got to play UCF.
Well,
it's going to be a long day on the ship, mate. It's going to be a very long day on the
ship's going
ship,
to take
mate.
on a lot of water, mate.
Pirates versus the Knights.
A lot of water.
It's going to be a real Game of Thrones.
It's going to be like it's going to be like the Interceptor trying to blow up the Black Pearl, except the Black Pearl can get blown up in this
Y'all know
scenario.
way more Pirates of the Caribbean than
Pirates
I do.
of the Caribbean, man?
I was more of like a Hook guy, but yeah.
Jameson,
well, yeah.
Jameson, you had probably like 100 DVDs. I don't understand.
Yeah, you have a ton of DVDs. No Pirates of the Caribbean?
Speaking of which, I need to sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Maybe Randy should sell his DVDs too.
Don't buy what?
Randy Edsall.
His game film tapes.
Yes.
The Randy Edsall keys to winning.
Coaching
Just
101
suck
by
a lot.
Randy Edsall. All right.
Next.
Next, we're going to have the 10th spot. Taking a little bit of a tumble.
Oh, my God.
Because they got...
so bad.
Well, they didn't do so hot. The Tulsa Golden Hurricanes.
When you get pegged that bad by Tulane, you know you're doing something wrong.
I almost feel like
You
an
know,
idiot
look.
now that I said that they were going to be like real clean this
We
year.
thought so.
Well, hey, remember, guys, we're only 3 years away from us losing to Tulane at home, too. So it can happen. Tulane can jump up and bite you.
Good old Tony.
The fighting
Tony
angry
the
wave,
Tiger.
whatever the hell that thing is.
Dude, whatever that thing is.
I have no clue. It's very angry. There's just so much anger in its eyes.
It almost looks like a Trump meme with like the hair, you know. It does.
I think you're onto something there, sir.
I think I really am.
Next, 9-hole batting. Last but not least in the bottom
quarter.
The suck. Cincinnati.
The pit of suck.
Cincinnati, man. They
lost this last week.
You know, I don't know. I don't know what is going. I don't know if it's for Cincinnati. Sorry, Cincy fans. I don't watch enough of your games, but I don't know if it's scheme or players or coaching or mixture. I'm assuming it's everything because they've been in the bottom half.
Remember, it is a big rebuilding year. Tommy Tuberville took them in a really great spot and ran them into the ground, and now they're coming and having to build back up. So, you know, I think
you never
Cincinnati,
know.
we got to be if I'm Cincinnati, I'm happy to make a bowl game this year. And then just
I don't think they're going to. Aren't they like
overall,
2-5 or 2-4?
Overall, I think they're 3-2 or 2-3.
I think they're 2-3.
They're going to be fighting for ball eligibility.
Yeah, that's gonna be bad. Next, 8th spot, the Temple Feisty Nightbirds, as Harold likes to call them.
Just barely.
They got the W, so they creeped up a little bit, but I don't think they're gonna get much higher than that the rest of the year.
No.
But you know, hats off to Marchie.
Though.
Hats off to Marchie getting 300 yards. But
that was very impressive, actually. So
next in the 7th spot, making their way up to the second half or the first tier.
Almost at the top.
Almost.
Who would have thunk
They're
it?
about to party like it's 1998 if they make a next little step.
Right? Old green wave.
Old green wave.
Coming back. So that actually, I think they sat at the 7th spot. They were in 7th last week too.
Were they?
Or they were in 7th or 8th.
I don't know. I had it on my
Can't
computer.
remember.
Can't remember.
I think we bumped them up one.
Yeah.
Looking really good, especially stomping Tulsa.
Well,
by
truthfully,
that many points.
this is kind of this is now starting to scare me a little bit more of how many points they're able to score.
Yep.
I want to say it's because they're playing teams with bad defense,
Yes.
but part of me is like they've jumped up and bit us before when we didn't want to get bit. So I can't just it's just Tulane. We're gonna be
keep
all
in
right.
mind Navy's defense isn't that hot, and Oklahoma's defense isn't all that they're cracked up to be. After we saw Iowa State scoring a bunch on them, and those are their only 2 losses. So keep that in mind.
Oh boy, Bourbon Street might be a little interesting this year.
Ooh.
And not in the good way.
Sunday
not
scaries.
not in the way that we want it to. Next, rounding off
Multiple ways.
the bottom of the top half, SMU taking a tumble from number 4 to number 6. And that, I think it only serves them right. Welcome back to reality, SMU.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. You thought you were just so high on the hog with beating the mighty North Texas Mean Green and the Arkansas State Red Wolves and SFA. And, man, we kind of had TCU on the ropes for like a quarter.
Yep.
Man, we're like right there, man.
I think Ben Hitz is pretty good, though.
I think he's solid.
I'm going to stop the shade as much of him because I think he's pretty damn good.
Any quarterback that throws
really well.
400 yards on us,
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
pretty good.
I'm there with
Pretty
you.
good.
But everyone else?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, Memphis. Still a little bit scared for the game.
Yeah.
Not this week, but next week.
They started off slow against UConn this past week, but really ran away with it. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
scoring 70 points, like
I think they're a much
they can
better.
score 70 points.
If you can follow this logic, I think they're a much better Tulsa in the sense that they live and die by Riley Ferguson now.
Right.
But Riley Ferguson is a way better
mentioned
Chad
that.
President than Chad President is a Chad President.
I agree.
Did you get
They
that?
also probably got a better defense.
They definitely
No, they actually don't. They have a really bad defense.
metrics wise.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they lost a starting safety.
I think they have
Eeny,
better
meeny, miny, mo.
athletes than Tulsa does.
Catch a tiger
think-
who aggravated
Like,
robbery.
do you really think Memphis would
Bullshit.
give up 60-something to Tulane? I don't.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
no,
Maybe.
No.
I don't.
Like
think so.
it hurts to say
They
that.
still give up a lot to UConn.
I don't think so. I think Memphis has had a couple of missteps, but they're not like as bad as their record shows.
I feel a lot better about them now.
Well, Memphis is. They only have what, 1 loss?
2.
They have UCF and
No, UCF, that's it.
that's it. They have 1 loss.
One.
Didn't they lose to
Nope.
Navy?
They haven't played yet.
I don't know. What
Yeah,
game
they
I'm
haven't.
thinking
I don't
of.
think they have played yet.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. In the 4 hole, the good guys. I think a solid 4. I think I like
I
us
would
at
put
4
us in a
right
solid
now.
4.
We play 2 out of the top 3, maybe even the top all top 3 of the rest of this year. But I can't justify putting our team above 3 ranked teams.
I know. And we're still not receiving votes yet. Memphis is still receiving votes.
Right. Well, what
The
sucks?
fact that Iowa State is receiving
Right.
votes just pisses me off.
Oh,
I lose all faith
should
in
be-
any voter.
it's
should be
all
accepted.
sensationalism. It's all the sexiness in the name and people beating Nebraska this year.
Why isn't
that
Texas
gets you.
receiving votes if Iowa State is receiving votes?
that's a good question.
I don't want to get into that. That's
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Next, number 3 spot,
Just pissed
Navy,
me off.
which is ranked. I believe they're 25 this
25.
week. I don't. I'm still very scared, like I said in the last episode about
Yeah.
Navy, because all they do is win. And I bet you it's going to be an 11 a.m. game on Black Friday,
for sure.
And it's going to be one of those we have to win to get in
It'll be like misting cold-ish.
ish,
Hopefully
kind of
not.
like enough for
Last
jeans.
Thanksgiving
Where
was
like
beautiful.
running the football is going to be like what you want to be able to do.
Yeah,
Last Thanksgiving was really nice though. We lucked out.
we were in shorts.
Exactly.
That's not a nice Thanksgiving.
I mean, it was.
I
Pretty
don't
outside.
like Thanksgivings where I can wear shorts and flip flops
Well,
and be
nice.
hot in a tank top.
It wasn't hot.
No, but
You
what
were
I'm
in a
saying.
tank top to a game.
No, I've never.
Good.
I don't even know. I don't even own a tank top. What am I gonna do with a gun rack? I don't even own a gun. Kudos if you know what
I don't know
reference
what
that
that-
was.
I don't know
It's
what
way
that's
before
from.
you weren't even born
oh
yet.
boy.
Right on,
Number
old man.
2, USF, and number 1, UCF. I think it was kind of
Fair.
obvious who was going to be
USF
1
had
and
the
2.
bye.
Yeah.
UCF got the win.
Do they play next week?
They play, I believe, I actually played the last week of the season.
Do they really?
For whatever reason, I thought they were playing mid-season.
Yeah, I thought they were playing.
No, they play.
They're pitting.
They play
they're
towards
trying to
the
keep
end.
us and Navy as that last game. I personally would much rather play SMU. I would much rather try to build that rivalry up, personally.
I don't think it'll ever happen because SMU will never have the fan support. I mean, surely they won't. they won't. It's just to be honest. I mean, we hope that one day we can have the 40,000 fans, but it may never come to fruition.
Sure.
But I think we have a better shot of doing that than SMU does.
Yeah.
Oh,
filling it out every game. Yeah.
Please. SMU should shoot their goal for.
So that's our top 12. If you disagree with us, let us know in the comments. If you think we're idiots and we have no idea what we're talking about, you are wrong, but leave a comment.
What he said. And with that, we'll go ahead and start our preview for the Golden Shower Caps.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
The line against Tulsa
That was my
is
lifeguard team name.
13.5 U of H. UH now favored 73.8% to win via the FPI. So
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Safe to say I like our odds, Cotton.
Yeah, they're saying with our wins and our defense versus their offense.
Yeah.
Could be a lot. Yeah.
Let's analyze their wins and what all they've got so far. So their first one comes with an L to Oklahoma State. We all know Oklahoma State's very good this year. They're one away from a perfect season. I think, or perfect score so far, and I think we can all admit that they have a pretty good chance of winning out up until Bedlam. And we'll see what happens there.
Well, I'll tell you what, we didn't really know Tulsa at that time because we were saying hey, Tulsa didn't play that bad against a top 5 team. But oh boy, were we wrong?
Correct. So that was
week one.
Next, we have a win versus ULala, 66-42.
So then
should have been a wake-up call because ULala is garbage.
Yeah,
they're really bad.
But then
they're not the same as when they had. What's our quarterback that we had?
I think they got a pretty good defense. Holding Tulsa to 66 points. Stout.
Who was the quarterback that we sent over there?
Oh, it was during the pilot years. Terrence Broadway.
Yeah, and they actually won a bowl game for the first time.
They won a couple bowl games.
Yeah,
dude, I was the definition of sad Jordan meme when he left.
Yeah. Next,
he turned up.
They lost 4 straight, 54-51 to Toledo.
You watch Max's favorite team,
16-13 against New Mexico.
The Fighting Bob Davies.
How?
New Mexico runs that triple option.
Triple option.
This is what I think is interesting.
Okay.
I do. Well, go through the next 2.
Sure.
And then we'll get into that.
Okay. So they end up losing 21-31 against Navy. Go ahead.
No, keep going. Okay. He's got a point after
Tulane, 62-28.
And I didn't realize that. That's 3 straight teams that run
somewhat of a same
triple option, spread option.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of time to prepare.
That's heavy rushing attacks.
That's heavy. So maybe we will see kind of their offense kind of trend upward a little bit this week. Besides for Tulane, 28 points, the high there.
Right.
That's why I'm a little bit nervous because we're going to give them more of a basic offensive look.
Yeah.
Which, we could see a little bit more point. I would expect to see more, like around 21, definitely more than 13 against us, and hopefully not as much as 28. But however, playing 3 option teams like that back to back to back, that's like unheard of in college football.
That's a tough schedule. But they've had 3 home games and 3 away games. I think it's what we said before, and it kind of rolls into what we were going to talk about next. I think they live and die, as always, by Chad President, and he's been okay. He's 71 of 126 for 809 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions on the year. That's not going to. That is not
picks.
that, and only 2 touchdowns. That's not an atypical Tulsa passing offense.
Right.
I mean, he does have 365 rushing yards, so yes, he is a true dual threat, but. Man, 809 yards through 6 games. That's not.
It's a little bit lower than I would say the average Tulsa quarterback is getting.
Well, you got to think about it. Last year they had 5,000 yard or 4,000 yard passer, 2,000 yard receivers, and 2,000 yard rushers.
Yeah,
this is a much different team.
Keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. 21 of those points come in the 3rd and 4th quarter when Tulane was already up after they had scored 48.
Okay.
Right.
So
mop up duty.
Yeah. we got to keep that in mind.
No,
so
I got you.
That's what I was trying to figure out over here.
Well,
Tulane's got a good defense, man. I'm telling you.
I think, you look at D'Angelo Brewer. He's got 684 yards and 6 touchdowns.
He's their big guy.
He's their stalwart running back.
Mm-hmm.
Chad President.
Yeah, but I think it's all starting and ending with Chad President. And when he can't get the offense going, then the pressure's on the defense.
Sure.
And they play on their heels and blah, 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 blah. Like, it just rolls downhill from there.
It's interesting. I mean, they've got their wide receiver, Justin Hobbs, 29 for 400 attempts for 449 yards. So they're going to be throwing a lot to him. And then on the defensive side of the ball, they've got McKinley Whitfield. Awesome name, by the way.
3 sounds very distinguished.
56 tackles, but only 3 tackles for loss.
McKinley Whitfield.
Cooper Edmondson with 45 tackles and basically 1 on every single of their metrics. So
their defense is not their strong suit.
Correct.
It's not the strong
Are
suit.
you sure about that?
Is their offense their strong suit? You tell me.
They got a good defense.
And it's not to dog Tulsa. I think they're still a good squad. We respect them because I don't think we can just assume that we're going to go in.
They've always given us hell.
But it's
always
at Tulsa. It's a trap game because we're going to have to go on a short week.
I haven't heard that term in a long time.
It is.
I hate
it is.
Harold always yell, "It's a trap!
It's a
trap!
It's a trap."
I'm worried.
You need to put that in the video, like some trap music when we say it's a trap.
It's a trap.
Or Admiral Akbar, like right here, scrolling across.
Oh no!
Please, it's just one motion.
It's a trap.
So we'll go ahead and jump in then with some statty boys.
Statty boys. Now, mind you, this is out of 129 teams, so think about that.
So out of 129, starting with Tulsa is number 43 in total offense. UH is number 77 in total defense.
Ooh.
So,
which I'll take that, playing SMU and Texas Tech.
Correct.
I agree.
Correct. Yeah. UH is number 53 in total offense, and here's where this favors on our side. Tulsa is 128th in total defense out of that 129. So, like you were saying,
Paul,
Jameson,
that's not very good. Paul.
Yeah, Paul,
Tulsa's got a pretty good
the Tide ain't gonna roll this week against that.
Paul, that's not pretty good.
Paul, the Tide didn't do too well against them A&M boys. I don't know what we're going to do. I think Saban's just not losing. He's just not having it anymore.
Oh,
indeed.
But I'm just going to say it.
Tim just went off.
Roll Tide.
There you go.
128 out of 129.
Pretty bad. That's really bad. But let's make sure that we can make it happen.
That's bad.
Every time we play them, they play us very tough every time we're up there.
We should be able to establish a rushing game pretty good then.
I think so.
Based off of this, yes.
Yeah, so with that, Tulsa is number 10 in the country on rushing offense, which is actually pretty impressive with homeboy Brewer. And then we have UH is number 69 in rushing defense. So
and I think that's a little skewed too because of you take away Kiki Kuti's huge yard.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. But so
that Lufkin boy just done his round.
Yeah, he did a little number on us. But outside of that, I think that's our only 100-yard rusher that we've allowed this year. You got to look at what Arizona did to Colorado. Their quarterback ran 14 times for 300 yards. And we held them.
That's their backup. They had their backup running back.
Yeah.
No, backup quarterback ran that.
Oh, I thought
that was the backup quarterback.
Sorry, I'm looking at the stats.
So the rushing defense for me does not scare me at all. I think we're just fine on rushing defense.
Yep.
Well, one of the things
I think it's better.
And it's gonna level itself out for the rest of the year.
I hope so.
This is pretty interesting, and it's interesting how this metric has changed this past week for us. Tulsa is 24th in the country in red zone offense, where UH is number 8 in the country in red zone defense. And I think that comes a lot from this last week. We had a couple of really solid plays that really helped us out that metric.
And UH football recruiting, the Instagram, check them out. They put out some really cool photos.
New Instagram account for this year, but I think they're doing a fantastic job.
I like it a lot.
Their videos are nasty. You know, we don't have Lake Creates like 7-minute dedicated videos anymore. They're much more concise,
which I prefer.
But they're better.
What I was going to say is they put out another metric. We have the number 1 percentage in red zone defense. So not just I don't know what the difference would be in the two, but basically it's saying you get to the red zone, you're going to have a really hard time scoring on us.
Yep.
That's pretty
I mean, think about what we did with
good,
Texas Tech.
man.
How many times did they get inside the 10 and then kick a field goal or miss one?
Yeah.
I know. Same with
If only.
SMU.
If only.
If only.
Last metric of that is going to be UH being at number 75 in red zone offense, which is not very good. But Tulsa is sitting in at number 65 in red zone defense. So
basically, when they get to, it's going to be 2 rocks versus a hard place.
Yeah.
When they get to the red zone, they usually score. But when we are in defense in the red zone,
right,
people got a hard time scoring on us, and vice versa.
correct.
I think that's getting better, though.
Yeah.
A lot of that's still kind of the hangover from Arizona Tech.
Right.
Definitely
I think
not
the
Rice,
team
but
is
maybe
getting some mojo. Finally.
I think so. I think we're finally
getting
getting
some swagger
through.
back. We are.
Bringing the juice.
I think so.
Well, we're getting
That's the
solid.
sauce.
We're getting solid QB
It kind of
play.
feels like we actually look like we kind of know what we're doing again.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And everyone just kind of seems like, all right, we got this. Like, we're back.
That's what I told y'all when I was texting the group. It all comes down to quarterback play.
I agree completely. 100%.
And who would have thought that
Who would have thought?
Postman.
our
Not
man
me.
Postman would be the leading guy going in this game?
By the way, in
I'm
the
sure.
in the actual AP write up from our game on the ESPN Post,
Mm-hmm.
it literally said Postman. It didn't say Postman. It said Postman.
I like it.
Gosh.
Wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
So you guys, what would you guys say before we go into our final predictions? Let's switch it up a little bit. Give us your thought on the game separately, and then tell us why you think you predict your score.
Okay, so my thought on the game.
Tim?
I'll start it off because I know Jameson is thinking over there. He's in his thinking voice. My thought on the game. I think we're going to be able to contain Chad President.
Okay.
And force him to make some, not rookie because he's not a freshman. He's a redshirt freshman, I think,
Sure.
or true sophomore, something like that. Force him into some errors. And if they do drive down, we're going to create some type of turnover or keep them out of scoring 7.
Okay.
So that's why my prediction is 41-24, the good guys.
Cool. That's a lot of points. That's more points than we've scored.
Well,
So
I take
far.
it we scored 38 against Rice because we took our foot off the gas.
Right.
We scored 35 against SMU. We probably could have scored a little bit more outside of those 2 interceptions.
Sure.
So with the much worse defense that we're playing, I think we can get in the 40s.
Okay. I certainly hope so. That would be the UH
I know.
offense that we've seen and love.
Keep waiting to get in the
to
40s.
know.
I know. Been a while.
Keep waiting for it.
Jay, what do you got?
I'm going to go with 40-17.
Okay.
Keep waiting to get in the 40s. I like the tempo that our offense played with against SMU. I hope to see that again. And let's be real, Tulsa's defense is nowhere near as athletic as SMU's. We should be able to keep that run game going. Looking for the offense to continue to gain that confidence, have another solid day at the office, hopefully for Dookie boys. And then defense, I think we're going to give President fits. I think he's going to get his yards, sort of like what Hicks did every now and then. But
I think it's going to be more rushing yards. I think he'll rush the ball 7 to 10 times and
we'll
get,
see.
67 yards.
He'll give us fits.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. But like I said, when he gets down to that red zone, the U of H
Pin the
beast.
ears back.
Yep.
Well, Mitchell went ahead and picked, unfortunately not able to record with us today, but actually predicted the largest spread of the game, U of H 45 and Tulsa 17. On to my prediction, I think that in a couple of things. I don't think that we're going to allow them to score as much as they did on Tulane. I think we got a better defense than Tulane does. I think we got a better defense. They actually, I predict that we're going to basically be able to allow them.
I really think we might
tip.
be the best defense they've played all year, to be completely honest.
You were
I'd agree
better
with
than
that.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Sorry, honey. Love you.
I think that. Sorry, honey.
Drink,
Sorry.
drink.
Sorry.
That's another game. But I think we've got a better defense than pretty much everybody else on their schedule so far. And I think, despite our offense getting off to a good start, I think our offense was juiced about it. I don't want to use the word trap game, but that's the word I'm going to use. I
That's
don't
our
like
trap.
this is our only this is a second game that we're going to be playing, or a third game, away game that we're going to be playing, second in conference. We didn't score a ton on Temple. I don't think this team is a whole lot worse than Temple is. Overall, my score is 34-21, and I think the good guys come away with this one. And I certainly can see that we could get up into the 40s. One of the things I really liked about this last game was what did we talk about the first 4 games of the year? Beating ourselves over the head with the same damn play calls over and over and over again. And what we saw was basically like we didn't press the auto select in NCAA or Madden, and we actually opened it up the playbook and actually picked some options.
I think
we saw a couple times. Tim and I were sitting about 10, 15 feet away from each other. And
Section 102 Lives Matter.
Yes. And there were at least 3 or 4 times we ran like the same like screen or like Duke Catalan running on first down up the middle for a gain of like 2 to 3, and we were both like,
oh God, really? Really?
So
thanks, Brian Johnson.
I would hope that we're not going to see a ton more of that. I guarantee you we probably are, but overall, I think the Cougs win. I'm not sure where we stand on our scores are for the belt. We're going into the back half of the season. So what we'll do is after this back half, we'll total up everything. Unless you have it.
No, I don't.
Total up.
Definitely don't have it.
So then we'll have it for the next game.
Maybe.
It's
on the to-do list.
You want to save?
Yeah.
Save maybe for the rest? And
nah.
Okay.
Just keep it going.
Okay. So
they really don't care who's going to win the belt.
Hey, you never know.
We care.
We care.
I care.
I'm still waiting on my old belt.
Well, maybe we'll find something. So
it's there. It was left in the car that Tom Henry left on the tarmac. That's where your belt's at.
Go to Austin and go get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now that we have everybody's scores, we'll go ahead and jump into the American Athletic Conference in 300 seconds or less.
300 seconds.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay.
So first game is going to be
not so much of a pillow fight. I mean, Temple won, so it's not like the pillow fight everybody talks about.
UConn at Temple. Temple is now an 85.3% chance to win.
What is Temple? 3-3 on the year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Temple is favored
losses
by
to us,
10.
USF, and Penn's. No, who was there? Notre Dame. Was it Notre Dame?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. So not bad losses.
No, not bad losses.
And we didn't exactly scorch the earth against them.
That's true.
USF did.
Trust me, we did.
Who do you guys
Notre Dame
have
did.
on this one?
Temple for sure.
Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's fairly
And
easy.
the feisty Nightbirds will hopefully come out with a win. Next, we have number 25 Navy at Memphis.
Navy, if you could
This was
rough up
interesting
Memphis
to
just
me.
a little bit more, I'd appreciate it.
Memphis is favored
Yeah.
by 4.
Which I don't think that they should be.
Would you get 3 automatically for being the home
Yep.
game? Pretty much. So
Right.
basically, they're saying it's
I'll pick them more or less.
almost.
More or less.
But usually pick'ems will do like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dude, I like
Navy.
I like Navy.
I like Navy too. I think
smidge.
Consistent.
Yeah.
consistent, solid. All they do is go out there and rush for 400 yards and score about 30
And
to
the
40
bad
points.
thing about with their offense, if Memphis has the struggles early on,
Yeah.
Navy's going to control time of possession.
Right.
You don't get many possessions against Navy,
Yeah.
so you have to make the ones you do count.
Yep.
And that's the
That's
tough
how they
part
make you
about
pay.
Memphis's offense is that they're
Yeah.
so.
This will be a good one to watch, though.
I think in our favor, depending on how we end up playing Navy and how Navy ends up playing, them being a ranked opponent, us looking to hopefully beat some ranked opponents later on the season, we would like for them to go ahead.
I would
and
love
win this
Navy
game.
to be ranked at the end of the year. Or both of us undefeated in
Yeah.
conference at the end of the year. It'd be sweet.
So we got Navy. Next, we have the Pirates against the Knights in the Game of Thrones battle of the week. UCF is 98.
Me lords versus me ladies.
Oh, boy.
98.4% chance to win by 34
God, this
points.
is going to be a looker game, too.
Yeah, they will not be able to
God.
see Cotton. This is going to be a tough one for ECU.
No, I was not talking about the football teams by any means.
Oh.
This boy's been on.
Chill.
Yeah, easy there, boy.
chill.
Easy.
Anyway.
I would like to know, for the viewers at home, I did a little bit of extra reading on Reddit, CFB. By the way, keep up the good work for college football. ECU is nearly last in every statistical category. That's points per game, yards per game, passing yards per game, rushing yards per game, total yards, total passing yards, total rushing yards, and total points.
That's
So they
just
should just
sad.
go ahead and fire.
I think they need to fire the
already.
coach. They need to fire athletic director.
I agree.
And they need
bad.
to completely start over.
And
Yeah.
we're talking like they're
Everywhere.
128 out of 129 on most every
100%
category.
agree. They got to go fire their athletic director. That guy
That's-
is just not doing his job.
The only one.
Do
I feel
your
bad for them.
job. I feel really bad for them.
Yeah.
Because baseball was hot to trot. Football was supposed to be okay last year.
Basketball.
Nosedive. Basketball. Bull.
Bad.
Man, I'm just.
What's worse?
I'm not glad I'm not those
ECU
guys.
basketball
Or football?
ECU football or ECU baseball. Let's do the power rankings.
Okay, power rankings. I think we
Baseball?
have to give baseball number one
Baseball,
because
even though
they
they-
did the run in the tournament,
Even though they
were
tanked.
awful in the regular season. And then, real quick, I'll give it football than basketball. I think
You said basketballs are worse?
Yeah, basketball
the
for sure
best.
is the worst.
The best?
Best?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, in second. So baseball.
so you're putting baseball three.
basketball, football.
We put baseball 1 or 3?
I think one.
One.
Oh, okay. So football's our worst program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which sucks. Next, we'll go on to Tulane at FIU.
Not FAU. FIU.
Correct. I had to read that.
No, you're
Double
good.
time.
What are they?
But they always say that. It's
golden-
FIU, not FAU.
Yes.
Golden Panthers or something?
They're the Golden Panthers.
Yeah.
Something like that.
This is not the not fighting
Right.
Lane Kiffins.
I know.
Frequently featured on Barstool Smoke shows.
This is old
Tulane
boy.
is a 87.6%
This is old boy Butch.
chance to win.
This is Butch Jones.
Yes.
Wait, not Butch Jones. Butch Davis.
Butch Davis. Sorry.
Yeah, Tulane
Butch
is
Jones will be at FIU soon.
Very soon.
Somewhere
Speaking
like
of
that.
just
He'll be at some directional Florida school.
no, did y'all please tell me y'all saw the
Probably
quote?
after Scott
he
Frost
said,
leaves.
He said you do not have to take a physical rep. You can take a leadership rep. It's a real thing.
Oh boy,
A leadership
it's time
rep.
to
Yeah.
cut the ties.
Yeah. It's going to cost him $14 million.
Do it.
I think
$14 million.
Do it.
I think we have to agree that Tulane is the better team here.
Yeah,
Oh, for
they're-
sure.
Favored by 13.5, and I'm going to
I
pick
think
Tulane.
they're going to cover too.
I like
Easily.
Tulane.
I agree. So next we have Cincinnati at number 18, USF.
Jeez.
USF is now a
Ooh,
90%
Interongs.
chance to win against the Binturongs. USF is favored by 24.5 points.
Charlie Strong, just be nice to Luke Fickle. It's his first year. It's your
I
first
agree.
year. You know, just take it.
The only thing I
Take
can
it easy,
ask,
mate.
the only thing I can ask of USF to do in this game is to get their fans to show up. They're
can't.
averaging around 11,000.
They can't.
12,000
They
people
offered
in a
tickets
game.
for $15 a pop and couldn't get anybody
I
in
mean,
the stadium.
they're borderline top 15 team in the country, and they can't give away tickets.
Yeah,
They need an on-campus stadium.
I think so too.
I still don't think that would solve.
I don't
their
think it'd
issues.
fix it either, though.
I
I
don't
really
I
think
think
don't.
it would help.
I don't.
It would help. I mean, you think about us back in Reliant days, how poor that
Oh my
attendance
gosh, it was awful.
God, that
Nobody
was
wants to be
terrible.
in that environment. It
Yeah,
sucks the
it's-
life out of you.
It was not college.
It's
football.
not fun.
Yeah,
No.
it sucks.
Nope.
So let's keep in mind here that with that we have 3 American teams in the top 25. At the bottom we have Navy. At in the middle we have
In the top 25.
Yeah.
Yes, in the middle we have so Navy's at 25, UCF is at 22, and then highest up is going to be USF at number 18.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to cover one of the other important ranked matchups that we have, and that's going to be now ranked number 24 Texas Tech after a butchering of Kansas this last week at West Virginia. West Virginia just barely lost to TCU at home for game day.
So I put this in here for 2 reasons. One is West Virginia really a contender,
Right,
and 2 is Texas Tech still the real deal.
right.
And 3, truthfully, we are winning.
Right.
We are doing better. We're going to need Texas Tech to keep it up.
I think
I
you're
hate
right. We discussed this a
I
little
hate
last
saying that, and I was the one that was against it. But now that I saw us beat SMU, you got to start looking at the big picture
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
start saying, okay,
No, I
where can
agree.
we get the help?
I think Texas Tech might only lose 2 other games this year.
I
was
don't
looking
know.
at their schedule. They could lose this game. This
It's
is a very
hard.
cu-
It's
tough-
hard to go against West Virginia in Morgantown.
Oh,
Yeah. It's a tough place to
Very,
win.
and it's going to come down to coaching. They're pretty evenly matched.
Thank you, Dave Campbell. Thank you, Dave Campbell.
Yes. But Tech's a 54.7% chance to win, but Western Virginia, I saw that sign from game
Western.
day. That was pretty funny. Favored by 3.5. So
Yeah.
Home field.
Yep.
gamble.
I
gonna
on this
hope
You know
West
what's what's
Virginia-
really cool about this matchup?
Yeah.
This is like mentor versus Padawan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
For real. This was U of H boys.
Dana Kingsbury.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
that's a cool little matchup.
Their teams are very similar in a lot of ways.
I think West Virginia has an actual running game compared
That's true.
to.
Tech.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got a better defense too.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. Those Red Raider fans will tell you. They've got an awesome
apparently-
defense.
Tell you what, Morgantown will make Red Raider fans look like saints.
That's probably true.
Get
Really?
up
You think so?
You get up there in them Appalachian Mountains, boy.
Have you ever seen the Wild Whites of West Virginia? Oh my God, dude!
What was that banjo movie?
Deliverance.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and hope Texas Tech wins, and I'll pull for them, but I think that West Virginia ends up picking this off.
West Virginia's won the last 3. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah. So, Tim, who you got?
I think I'm going to go with the young Padawan. I'm going to be rooting for the Padawan.
Cool.
West Virginia.
All right. There we go. Next, we have
West Virginia.
the good old Red River Shootout.
Oh,
And I think we can all bet that if Oklahoma had won the game this past week against Iowa State, this would have definitely been where game day was going to be. OU's an 80% basically chance to win, favored by 7.5. But this game goes back and forth every other year.
I will tell you this. This game plays right into Herman's hands.
I know.
Oh, I know.
Dude,
He's an underdog. No one is talking about him.
Watching Iowa State.
OU's going to stomp them because they're so
Stop
good.
Oklahoma salivating.
Yep.
Because he's like,
This is
no, I
gonna
got
play
tape
a-
on a team that
in
just
a recruit-
beat you.
You know, let's
And he'll
hope.
do it better.
I'm praying OU wins this game.
Dude,
I think OU will.
This is all set up for
Oh, definitely.
old
And
Tommy
if-
to get his first Red River rivalry win, dude.
Oh, yeah,
I'm telling
and-
you right now. And then Texas will jump into the top 25 and probably will
Oh, they'll
not
be back
leave
in the
there
top 25.
the
Yep.
rest of the year.
Oh, they'll be
I'm
higher
telling you,
than-
here it comes.
Yep.
They'll somehow jump up
The
to
Herman
12 and
hype
get they
train.
on. You know, it's
All aboard.
stupid.
I can just tell you that because people are really giving
For
Iowa State votes.
Right. For recruiting sake, I hope OU wins. I pull
No. We need Texas to win. If we were talking recruiting,
For us?
we recruit against Texas more often than we recruit against Oklahoma.
Right. So we want Texas to lose.
No, we want Texas to win because when they start losing, they have to start dipping down and getting towards our recruits. If they win, they start keeping in their upper echelon. That's what happened
Yeah.
last year.
They keep all their 5-star, 4-star.
They go their
guys.
4-stars and 5-stars. They start losing those 4-star, 5-stars. Like, nah, I'm going to go to Alabama. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
Okay.
We need Texas to win and stay up
Yeah, dude.
there in
Yeah.
the sky.
Okay.
I agree for that for the most part. I
Then-
don't care, but I think Tommy.
Yeah,
Here he comes.
This is it.
Texas is back.
Just waiting for that.
I don't know how I feel about all that. But next we have UCLA at Arizona.
And again-
Mora looking like he's about to get fired. Arizona just
Trending
beat
back up.
Colorado. Trending back up.
And the only reason why I put this one on here as well because it's another game. We
Right.
need Arizona to win, so I'd like to
I
keep
don't
it
think
a little watch
UCLA has
live.
anything they want to fight for anymore.
No,
No.
I don't think they care.
I don't think so either.
And I think
Dead coach walking.
yeah,
Dead man.
Dead man walking.
dead boys.
At least he's gonna be a millionaire. I mean, could be worse.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's gonna be fine.
He can go coach with Tony somewhere. You pulling for Arizona?
Yeah.
Arizona?
Arizona.
I'm pulling for Arizona. I think UCLA is going to win. Next, we've got number 10, Auburn at LSU. This is going to be a defining point in determining if Auburn is – we say that like every week, but like is Auburn really that good?
Or is LSU going to be okay with Ogeron? I mean, I know they just beat Florida, but
Right.
Florida's no.
Barely.
yeah,
Barely.
I know.
I know.
We've
Yeah,
been
it was
talking
barely.
about how bad Florida sucked
Florida. Yeah,
all year.
Florida's nothing to brag about.
But LSU was ready to literally chop every person's head off in the football program.
Oh, yeah.
For losing to Troy. But then they went against Florida. They're like, "We're back! Oh my God, Ogeron!"
I don't think that's how they feel.
Is this game at night?
It likely will.
I
Death
think it
Valley
is a night game. It's a night game.
That's Troy went in there and won, but it's a whole different beast when the SEC team comes into
Yeah,
town. That's
I
for
agree.
sure. I mean, Auburn's still playing pretty clean though, dude.
I think Auburn's going to win this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally.
And for college football's sake, I would love for them to win this game because I can't wait to see a nasty Iron Bowl at the end of the season.
Why? So you can see Alabama being another top
God,
team.
what are you,
No,
SEC
so I can see,
fanboy?
Auburn beat Alabama because I want
That's
Alabama
definitely
to
not
lose.
going to happen.
Never know.
Ain't going to happen, Paul.
Never know.
Ain't going to happen, Paul.
G4
So,
matchup of
Last
the
but
week.
not least, G5 matchup of the week. We've got
G4, sir.
G4,
G4,
sorry.
sir.
G4 matchup of the week. We have Boise State at San Diego State.
Oh, there's the ranked, by the way. I don't know why I didn't put
They
that
are
in there.
ranked, I believe, 19th, right after our friends USF.
Yep.
So San Diego State is favored 69.3% chance to win by a touchdown.
Man,
Please, Boise State.
I
win
know,
this game.
Boise, please.
Oh man,
It's gonna be tough though.
I don't think it's
They're
happening.
not playing that great of football.
Boise's
right now.
not the same Boise of back in the day.
You know, that's another thing to talk about. Is Boise going to be able to recover? Is Boise in this landscape, are they ever going to be able to, being where they are, come back and
I would say it's more difficult than for us, per se.
Agreed.
Definitely.
We've got the recruiting hotbed in our backyard.
Exactly.
But
And
we
they
also
have
have
to
more
recruit.
competition.
Right, but they have to go to the West Coast and go to
Right.
someone else's home state
Yeah.
and try and bring them to Boise,
Yeah.
Idaho.
The thing is
Beautiful place, but
you have to if you're Boise State, you think about all these kids in high school. Boise State has been kind of just
keeping up for the last 3 or 4 years.
but not really like the shining.
They're in the
G5
top 25
anymore.
for
We
a
kinda
moment
took that
every
from
single
the-
year.
Yeah, ever
we did.
since the AAC was formed, it's kind of been our show.
Not many
Outside of
high
that 1
school-
year,
Not many high school kids know what Boise State
or the magical
from
game against
2010,
OU.
2011, 12,
Yeah.
13, whatever looks
Right.
like.
These kids were 10 years old.
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah, they weren't at prom 6 months ago.
Nebraska. Nebraska.
But yeah, Nebraska,
Gone.
realize who you are.
So I'm going to pick San Diego State to win
Yeah.
this game. I hope
If this was at Boise, I would be
Yeah.
leaning more Boise.
Yeah, I'd say this would actually be much closer to even. I mean, even though you look at it, though, there's still only a 69% chance to win.
Well, it's because Boise's always been one of those teams you have to beat them.
Yeah.
You got to beat them to take their place.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, dude. I don't know. That's Rashad Penny. I
the
like
boy can run for days.
I know. So overall, that's it for the rest of the games for this week.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other finishing touches you want to touch on before we close out?
Let's just hang with the Tulsa Scaries, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
Let's make sure it's not the trap.
Yep.
And,
Not a trap.
Guys, remember, if you made it through this far through the video, I want you to go ahead and comment STWPC in the comment section, and we will give you a personal shout out on this next episode. So thank you for that, and you'll be like a super STW Army fan
Oh,
or
wow.
whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess Harold will be.
Okay.
There you go. I'm giving it to you. So next, I think that's about it. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're on all those. Go check out STW Army on Facebook and join the militia. So I think that's about it.
Yep. That's it.
If you like the video, subscribe.
The militia
Tell a
with
friend.
pitchforks and everything heading towards Austin pretty soon.
Yeah.
Indeed. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
We're out.
Go Los Stros.
Oh God, Los
Oh my
Stros.